So a quick run through the teams for both sides, and Hull City for the Tigers today, if it's not broken, don't fix it, is the remedy for Grant McCann. It's the fourth time in a row he names the same 11 ahead of kick-off. So Baxter remains in goal. The back three of Bernard, McLaughlin and Greaves carries on. Keane, Lewis Potter and Longman out wide. In the midfield five, Smallwood, Doherty and Honeyman in the middle. McGuinness and Malik Wilkes up top, who managed to score on Saturday against Reading. The bench for the Tigers is Matt Ingram, Callum Elder, Tom Eaves, Andy Cannon, Randell Williams, Tyler Smith and Tom Huddleston. As Baxter clears the ball away to the left-hand side, it was brought down by Longman, partnered up by Josh McGuinness. Hull City win it high in the Bristol City midfield. Longman, left side, just steps into the penalty area. Two men in red around him. Oh, magnificent finish. It was beautifully done from Ryan Longman. The curve to get away from Bentley, who has his arms wide apart. He looks at his defence in disgust, but everyone from the outfield in black and amber shirts celebrates with Ryan Longman, who makes it Hull City 1, Bristol City 0. Lots of boxes ticked in this little phase of play. Hull City winning it back, delivering it down the left-hand side. Longman with the confidence in his ability, stepping into the penalty area, and then with his right foot deliciously curves it to the far corner. Not the start Bristol City wanted, but most definitely the start Hull City were looking for. The fans are going wild away to my left-hand side on the east-hand side of the ground. And why shouldn't they be? We're only 3 minutes in and Hull City lead by a goal to nil. Scott eventually tucking in to create that 5 again as Keane, Lewis Potter in the centre of the park looks to diagonally switch it across to Wilkes, and he and Honeyman pair up together. Honeyman easily gets around Callum O'Dowd, who's now going to have a run at Atkinson down the left-hand side of Bristol City's defensive frame. It's Wilkes now to Smallwood. Greaves now joining in on the left-hand side. Edge of the box, 20 yards out. Little ball to Longman. He lifts the ball into the penalty area. It's going to find its way all the way through to Longman, who now plays it back in. Wilkes with time. Wilkes with space. Tries to go acrobatically for glory. Over the top of the crossbar it goes, and just looking down at the goalkeeper again, Daniel Bentley. He's apoplectic at his defenders in front of him. Tigers looking to pin Bristol City in a little bit more as Smallwood, just still inside the Bristol City half, will float it forward towards McGuinness. Brought down at the toes of Longman on the left-hand side. Tries to drag away from Alex Scott. Back to Doherty, 25 yards out. There's no shooting angle for him in the centre, so he plays it left towards Keane, Lewis Potter. Down through towards Honeyman. He's probably going to return it to the Tigers, number 11. He does so, right on cue. KLP across to Longman. He might fancy it from 25 yards out. He does take it on. May have taken a little deflection on the way through as it seemed to drop pretty violently into the hands of Bentley. Baxter inside his own penalty area boots the ball away. McGuinness drops the ball down into the feet now of Semenyo, and it's into the penalty area with Matty James, who is forced out to the right-hand side of the penalty area. There is support coming forward from Alex Scott, who will deliver on that right foot towards the back post. He's headed it back nicely into Chris Martin, Callum O'Dowd. It goes behind for a corner as Bernard got in the way. Half an hour gone. And that was a big chance. Hull City coming forward. Doherty now for Longman in the final third. A couple of ball rolls and he's gone for it again. You know, that's a really good effort from Ryan Longman. He almost caught Bentley out, who was a couple of yards off his goal line. Similar fashion, moving back in onto the right foot inside the penalty area. And he went for a lifted opportunity and Bentley stretched his arm out. Thankfully for him, the ball went over the top into the roof of the net. Masengo unmarked in the middle on the halfway line, spreads it across towards Viner. Doherty waiting close by, trying to read the passing angles. Viner tried to link up with George Tanner, but it's well intercepted by the Tigers. Longman plays it through to Doherty. He'll get into the penalty area near the byline, looks to lift the ball up. Oh, Bentley's had a bit of a nightmare. He's dropped the ball and Wilkes almost made it 2-0. From 8 yards out, Bentley looked to take the catch, dropped it right into the feet of Malik Wilkes, but he was there in time, and now they're coming the other way, the visitors. It's Martin, tries to play the ball side-footed into the penalty area from the right side. And again, it goes through everyone who was striding in to try and make a connection. Chances at either end in a very open contest in the last couple of minutes. Hull City still lead by 1-0 though, and the former Tiger, managed by a former Hull City manager, is the one trying to pull the strings on his old stomping ground. And Masengo will now play the ball down the left-hand side to O'Dowda. Travels up to the final third, sets the cross, but blocked by Bernard. That will be a corner. And Bristol City's fans are finding their voice at the start of this second half. There's an unknown then. And Bristol City will deliver the corner from Matty James into the 6-yard box. Semenyo with the chance, hits the post and it's in. He gets onto the rebound. It's his third goal of the season. Hull City undone from a set piece. That troublesome tactic the opposition can impose strikes again on Hull City. A bit of misfortune this time as the first shot from Semenyo crashed against the post from 8 yards. But he was quickest to the second helpings, and he beats Baxter, who tried to dive for it. Could not get there in time, and Bristol City find an equaliser. It's Hull City 1, Bristol City 1. 8 minutes into the second half. Good response from the visitors. 2 changes apiece from both managers, both in consultation as to how they maybe crack the code in this game. Ball goes back towards Nathan Baxter, who with quick thinking gets it to McLaughlin on the edge of his area. Now for Jacob Greaves, who will again try and run forwards into Keane Lewis Potter. A little ball roll from him as he tries to keep Tanner pushed back. Keane Lewis Potter into the box, flicked on by Tyler Smith. Bentley gets across just to cover his post as the ball drops wide. But Tyler Smith, much shorter of the two up front, seems to be the one with the aerial presence. He steered it wide of the target though, and it remains 1-1. Well spotted by Hull City out wide to play the ball into him. And Bristol City are the ones who have pegged Hull City back in this game. Ball is brought down by Smallwood into Tom Eaves near the centre circle. Tried to play it back to Honeyman. Masengo gets the ball away, but now Hull City reclaim, and it's Tom Eaves with Smith waiting in the middle. The ball is crossed in, it finds Keane Lewis Potter, massive save, and on the follow-up it is George Honeyman. Hull City are in front. The lead is reclaimed, and the celebrations start again for Hull City, not just by the corner flag, but in the technical area as well. Grant McCann and Cliff Byrne with the biggest smiles, jumping for joy. And George Honeyman, right place, right time. The ball sent in towards the penalty spot. And as soon as somebody got there, Keane Lewis Potter it was, he was the one who took the shot on. It was well saved by Bentley, but he pushed it right back into the middle. And waiting this time to get onto it and push it over the line was George Honeyman. Never before has he had such an appetite for goals. The assist man last season. Doherty tries to play it through down the line to Honeyman, but Williams is alert to it. Down near the corner flag, just steps past Callis, loses his footing. Hull City bay for a free kick, and they're not going to get it. 4 minutes of injury time to play. Hull City now have to be alert as McLaughlin will head it out of play. They're still trying to travel back, the Hull City midfield, and now they're almost sprinting back to get ready for this corner kick. Down at one end, Hull City thought they should have had a free kick as Callis just left a trailing leg on Williams as he beat 2 men in one go. And all of a sudden there's a corner at the other end. Nervy times. Benarous will lift it into the penalty area. Well headed away by, you can tell who headed it away just by the noise from the Hull City crowd. Eaves got it away into Masengo, who from deep crosses back in. Greaves jumps the tallest. It drops at Callas's feet. A shot will come in, and Bristol City, with a snapshot, have snatched 2 points away from Hull City. Matty James is the one who took it, and he's taken 2 points away from the Tigers. The away end is in ecstasy, and the Hull City fans are reduced to total silence. Masengo lifted the ball into the penalty area. Greaves got the header. It went down into the floor, and from 20 yards, Matty James took it on himself to hit it, and he hit it really well indeed. Too well for Hull City's liking. It's now Hull City 2, Bristol City 2.